Welcome to Table Talk Friday, your weekly dose of D&D banter between three men in a bedroom. If you like their style, come back every Friday for another upload. Now, back to the boys.
Okay, so Drew, I've been having these ideas lately because my character in our current campaign has changed so much throughout the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one really cool thing that maybe he as I've been playing him has developed, and it's been fun to think about it a little bit, is he's got this whole little messiah complex going on right now, right?
I'm seeing it.
Where
I'm seeing
internally he just feels like a god. He's like, I have never been. He hasn't even been touched in an encounter in weeks.
Yeah.
He hasn't been touched. He hasn't had anything bad happen, and all of a sudden, he's just the center of everything in his own mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been enjoying the whole messiah complex he's got going on. But you've probably seen this, and this is a fun thing I've been doing, I don't know, subtly, I guess, that, people listening, if you have an idea like this for your characters, but every time for this lineage of sessions that we've been doing, if we do a one-off or something like that, I've been just sticking to Bible names, to Bible verse type stuff, just very, very thematic type things, to where Gene, short for Genesis, I really want to use that divine. I've been given that basically one free divine intervention, and I really want to use it to cast a spell called Rapture so badly.
Ooh,
doesn't that sound sick? No, I want to make it up.
Oh, okay.
I wanted
to a real spell,
dude,
a third-party source.
I want to do some dumb cool anime stuff where I cast a spell called Rapture,
and just everybody dies.
Yeah, and
which is only perfect for what we have to do with all these flower people that are evil,
right? So
okay,
I really want to do something like that.
I feel like we have some room here. So right off the bat, you renounce this god that you've had your whole life, right? Because she basically tells you oh, I've given you zero power. It's all you. I could do that? Me? And so now you're just going off. You're going all rogue with your divine magic, which I think is super cool. So definitely roll with it. Talk to Pat about making your own spells, because making your own spells is super badass. Even if it's just a regular spell that you make your own somehow with some flavor or some color, whatever it may be. Do something that's you got to make Pite's Pretty Palace, but it's got to be free.
Here's what I'm thinking. If he lets me do it, I'm thinking a localized meteor swarm almost, that does half radiant, half fire, and only hits the bad people and sends them to hell.
Like a destructive wave kind of thing?
Yeah.
But with different damage types. And okay, I like this.
Yeah.
But think about this. I mentioned Pite's Pretty Palace, right? You could do Gene's Great Gazebo.
Great.
Think about it.
Gene's Little Manger.
Gene's Little Manger. You get to have one last supper with 12 people.
Ooh, that's what a hero's feast is. A last supper.
Oh,
Isn't that lit? Isn't that lit?
Oh,
dude,
I feel like there's a lot of flavor on this.
The Bible theming is cool. I never thought that Bible stuff was cool until I started playing Gene, and I was I just named him Genesis because I was oh, that's fine. And then now I've been sticking to the Bible theme for a while, and I'm having fun with this. This is cool.
There's something about it. Me not being, I'm not an altar boy myself, but there's something about the biblical kind of theming and using a lot of, whether there's a story or something you like, or some of the thematical bits. The only thing I had really taken advantage of, I guess prior to now, would be in Theros, which you were not present for. My character Abel was, and I did not know this ahead of time, because he had us forget our names. Basically, we had to come up with our names on the fly, kind of a vibe. And so we picked our names together, as we were working. But we were playing, and I decided to worship the ferryman, who was the first person to die. And I was like, oh, perfect. And so I named myself after the first person to die in the Bible, which was Abel, because Cain killed him. Oh,
right.
So I was worshiping the first person to die, and my name was Abel, so it was perfect,
cool.
I thought so. I thought so. And I picked it on the fly, that first session. And I was like, oh, because I was doing a quick Google search, what's a cool biblical name, or what's who were the first people to die? And I didn't realize it was one person. I assumed it was gonna be some sort of plague or grand scale thing. But it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
It's funny because I can only picture hearing this Abel from Has Been Hotel. So he's that Abel, the Abel from the Bible in Hazbin
Mhm.
Hotel. So he is also voiced by none other than the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, who sings his songs and stuff in the show too.
Gosh.
So,
Oh boy.
dude, good character, good singer too. He's good.
Personally, I'm more in favor of Brad Broger and our Bard one-off that we did. He was the best.
Brad Broger.
Brad Broger.
Okay. So lately, I've had something of an obsession towards something. Okay. Now, I don't know if you have caught on, if you listen or have seen any of like Smosh's stuff before.
Oh my god!
But they have
Absolutely
a
ridiculous
podcast.
stuff
They
I
have a
remember.
podcast they do every, I think it's Saturday when they post it, called Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. Right?
Oh, okay. I've seen some. Of these. Yep.
Whenever I started my new job, just in my free time, this popped up in my feed as one of the unblocked shows on YouTube, and I was like, oh, well, I'll listen to that. I listened to it for 2 days, and guess what? It was blocked. After I listened to it for 2 days, I was like, well, they got it. They took it away. Anyways, but in my free time now, I have become obsessed with listening to these Reddit stories. Like when I work out, when there's just a quiet moment, I'm listening to these Reddit stories. And so I thought it would be fun to see what D&D stories were available for us to go over. And today I have one that I actually think we are going to have a good bit of insight about. This one's really cool. I've read through most of it, but I don't think all of it. So there's still going to be some sections that we can go over together. So let's just get into it. Using a throwaway account because my campaign mates know my main account. And this is from user ecstaticguard1154. Originally posted in Am I the Asshole, and it made it to Best of Redditor updates. Okay. So I've been playing D&D for about 2 years, and I've had a long string of player characters that have died during the campaign. I think the count is at 6 or 7.
6 or 7 in 2 years?
Yeah. I genuinely try to not to just put my character in dangerous situations, but I often feel like the rolls just don't go my way. First one was a barbarian, and I was going reckless for every attack, and then the bad guy got some good rolls and just crit me a few times in a row. Then they finished me off during death saves. Then another one, I decided to try being a bard, got silenced and immobilized. Then some generic low-level guys just came and beat me up, and I was not able to fight back at all. This one was actually a little funny at how useless I was. In any case, I know I'm not very good, and will often try to strategize, and my group mates always seem to be on board, and then the plans just don't pan out at all. I play for fun and don't particularly mind being bad, but my friends have been getting progressively more upset at me, and even saying things like, I'm an asshole for always dying and wasting their time. I will genuinely never try to go recklessly into a situation, and it feels like no matter what I do, all of the aggression gets focused on me, and then I get overwhelmed. I've started asking them if I should just leave the group and let them do their thing. This would be sad for me, because this was a group of close friends and I thought we were having a good time. It's only been in the last 3 to 4 months that they've started being more angry towards me, and I genuinely don't know why. In any case, all input would be appreciated, and there may be a perspective I'm not considering, but am I the asshole for being bad at D&D?
So funny. Okay, so taking it off from the top, I at first thought this guy was a DM, but he sounds like he's the player.
Yes.
Right? So I wonder what kind. I don't know if he specified this in any sort of like comment or anything, but I'm curious what kind of anger he's getting. Like, are they blaming him? Are they saying like, stop doing this?
I have to imagine it's passive aggressive.
But like it's so weird to have passive aggression at your table. Like, I don't want to play with anybody that's being passive aggressive.
Well, kind of leave the thoughts of what our table's like out of your brain, because we have like 6 super close friends, right? Total. The 6 of us are super, super close. Not all groups are like that. A lot of groups you join in and this is how you become friends, is just through this game.
That's true.
And you see them once a week.
Yet.
So what I'm thinking is, it seems like he maybe joined in along the line or something like that. But yeah, what gets me is, who the heck is your DM?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, who is DMing your game where you're dying that many times and nothing's changing? Like, is anybody else dying?
Oh my god. This just hit me because like I said, I initially thought we were talking from the DM perspective. He himself has lost 6 or 7 characters in 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years.
Holy
That's a
crap.
character every 4 months.
You don't get any develop. I mean, 4 months is a good amount of time for development, but oh my god, can you imagine losing that many characters?
Yeah.
I don't even want to rebuild that many characters in a campaign. I think I might, if I died 3 times in a campaign, I might just back out. Like, look, you guys.
The most
you
we've
guys
had is
finished the
someone
campaign
switch
without me.
2 characters in a campaign, and that was Sean.
And he chose to move on because
Both
he completed
times.
one of his missions. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first time he
Man.
sacrificed himself, and then the second time he sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
So,
my choice.
so we do have some comments. Commenter,
Okay.
how old are you and the other people involved, including the DM? OP. Apologies, new to posting on Reddit. I am a 28-year-old male, and my friends are 25 male, 31 male, 27 female, 33 female, and the DM is 32 female. She says she's trying to stay out of it.
She's trying to stay
Yeah,
out of
the
it?
DM is trying to stay out of this, which is...
What do you mean the DM? The DM needs to be in it.
The DM should have the most, I think, say when it comes to this.
God. And we need to know more about this DM situation.
Let's see.
We said, what, 30, 32 female? I don't think that gives anything
Yeah.
away. Like, that doesn't tell me anything about the person.
No,
you know,
but they are on the more
personality.
like all of them are 25 and up, meaning they should at least know how to like communicate a little better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you talked to your DM specifically about why your characters die so frequently? It's really common for players to have a few PCs that die. It happens. Heck, there are even campaigns where the DM will tell players up front to make additional characters because the chance of PC death is so high. But 6 to 7 PC deaths is a lot, especially if other PCs are not dying. Also, have you tried playing single-player D&D influence games like Baldur's Gate 3? While it's not a complete matchup, playing Baldur's Gate 3 helped me understand battle characters and character builds much better.
I don't really think it's about the character builds, though. Like, to me, I'm not thinking... Now, there is a possibility that they're just building really terrible characters. Sure, that happens, right? We worked with Sean last week that built a character that had 9 hit points or something, and it was hysterical. It was super fun.
It was
Like,
hilarious.
he knew it was a bad idea, right? But he went with it because it was fun, and we could work with that at the table.
And it turned out great.
It did turn out great. But I mean, I feel like if you're making bad characters, your players would speak up and tell you, like, hey, that's a poor choice. I understand you want to take this feat, but your constitution's like a 4, so you should do something about that, right? Or hey, I see that you're trying to make this wizard character. You picked really bad spells. Like, you can't take all utility. You have to have some kind of damage, right? There's some give and take here. And if I see someone bad at our table, I don't say bad, it sounds terrible. If I see someone making a poor choice at our table, I think we're all pretty good about vocalizing it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
there have been
we
situations
shit talk
where-
it too to each other
Oh,
in front of
absolutely. Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have we had Pat, mispick a spell, or like his health is too low, or his attack bonus is like
We're like,
5
Pat, you're
too high,
missing
or something
10
like that.
HP. We all sat here and did the math, and you're missing 10 HP.
All of us are around like 60 hit points, and you have like 30. Something's going on here.
Likewise, when Sean was building a character and we're in the middle of the session, he goes, I'm going to cast this spell. And we all go, what? And he's like, we're level 7, right? And we're level
No, I don't think
6.
so.
We're level 6.
And the funny part about that is we've been playing together so long. We're like, Sean, it's too late. You're level 7 now. Just roll with it. Don't even bother de-leveling. You're just the leader.
We were
okay.
just like, you're just in charge now. And it would be, it's funny because I think back in like 2017 when we first started, I would have been a little jealous. Like, he's level 6. What? He wasn't paying attention. Oh my God. But like now I think it's hilarious. I'm like, I'll play level 6. But if he's level 7, thank God we have a level 7 on our team.
I think that shows like the mental shift, right? In being a new player to D&D and treating it almost as like, I'm going to say treating it as a game, right? Like a
Right.
funny, like, oh, whatever, and then you kind of level up, you realize it's actually just hanging out with your friends and playing.
Oh, yeah.
And it becomes easier, less stressful. I say less stressful, but it can be more stressful, obviously.
So there is a response.
Yeah, like, why aren't they speaking up? That's super weird.
There is a response to the character build comment, and OP says, I have tried to get some good advice from my DM, and her response is usually like, get good. I do feel like the odd man out because no one else has died more than once. I think the first 2 were my fault because I rushed in, but I can definitely understand why that would be frustrating for everyone else. At the time, I just thought that was my role as the tank. After that, I tried focusing on only support characters. My bard was in the back for most of the fights and focuses on buffing everyone. My friends used to laugh with me, but when I felt like it But then I felt like there was all this resentment towards me. They think I'm trying to make it all about me because every new PC needs a proper intro. Personally, I would love to have a backstory play out over time, and it just never pans out. I have played Baldur's Gate 3 and beat the game on Tactician, but definitely not Honor Mode. I just figured the tabletop version had nuances the video game doesn't. So he's played Baldur's Gate 3 on the same difficulty I played through on, which is like hard. And by the way, like, he's giving these people so much grace. I kind of love this person. Like, being like, no, I understand why they would be mad at me. I just don't get what's going on. Like, almost maybe a little bit aloof, because to me, I'm feeling like, with the whole, like, I don't know, get good from the DM, why would you not be more helpful than that? She's 32.
Yeah, that's... Can you imagine you're a player and you ask your DM for help and they just say get good? What does that even mean in D&D? Like, of course, there's tactics and strategy, right? And it sounds like they're talking about these strategies and whatnot. And we've seen our own plans get completely foiled and fall apart, where we were most recently arrested in space for this, right? But if you're strategizing, and it sounds like he was playing his role. He mentioned he was a barb at one point, right? Tanking. That's what you do. You tank. It doesn't mean necessarily you be overly aggressive to get everybody's attention, right? But I mean, if he's playing his role and he's dying, and it sounds like his friends are playing their roles too. He mentioned his barbs in the back thing. That's what bards do, right? So maybe this is a DM targeting situation, and maybe it's not intentional. I'm not going at the DM saying, "Oh, you're definitely targeting this person," but maybe they just don't realize that they're targeting them, unintentionally. I don't know. I wonder why they would do that.
So we do have the top comment here. Person says, not the asshole. This sounds like a DM issue as much as anything else. A DM shouldn't be killing off players so easily. My DM, even when things would get dicey, there are always ways to get out of it. That's what makes a good DM. Also, your teammates should have been trying to help you. It's a team game. OP says, there have been a number of times where I felt like I could have done with like healing or protection when someone else got it instead, but I really don't want to be this source of negativity when playing a game is for fun, so I just let it go. In reference to talking to the DM, I haven't spoke to her about potentially doing more to help me out, but I have asked what I could be doing to improve, especially after the others started telling me how annoying I am to play with. I did ask if I should let them just play without me, but then they tell me I'm being an asshole for trying to make them feel bad. I have tried to approach it really calmly and with understanding that it can be frustrating to play with someone who isn't on their level, as they've put it. And OP was voted not the asshole overall.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm getting the vibe that kind of like what you were mentioning, where they were sort of pre-established. Maybe he came in afterwards and is just not vibing with them for some reason, right? He sounds like a good guy, this person here, but maybe he's just not meshing with this group. I would probably the DM's the asshole, or honestly, even the group is the asshole, because it sounds like they're all being a bunch of jerks.
It really does sound like that. Now, I'm always a little bit wary of, like, who knows, whenever you're going to have like a bad, like or what is it? Like an inaccurate storyteller, an untrustworthy storyteller or whatever. You never know if that's going to be the case. But based on the information we're getting so far, it seems like they're like, no, my group, like, they're good people. They're really nice. They just are mean to me and really rude, and they kill me a lot in the game and they make fun of me. But I swear they're great people is what it sounds like.
This hurts my heart a little bit, because you want people to get into the game, and I've seen people play single games of D&D go, it's not for me, right? And they never play anymore, which is so sad, because you didn't get to experience some of the best parts, which is only after a couple sessions, only after a couple hours, couple days, couple whatever it may be with certain people, really developing your character, developing your skills at the game, right? Getting immersed. That's where it really gets fun. And so when you only get to play one, you don't really get a good feel for everything. So it's just a shame to see him shot down, especially from someone that sounds like they're really putting the effort in and trying to get better. And they said they've been playing for 2 years.
Yeah.
At this point. So it's so weird that this would happen after 2 years.
Now, this was only posted a few months ago. This was posted in 2025 in October. So this is not that long ago. But we do have an update.
Oh, okay. Oh, hit me.
Thank you, everyone, for your insights and support. I decided a few hours ago to reach out to the DM and just let her know I'm going to find a new group or just separate myself from this one. After a long conversation, it came out that actually... Drew, what do you think I'm going to say?
That actually... Oh, God. Okay, I think maybe one of the other players was whispering in the DM's ear, like, this person sucks, you should target them, blah blah blah. I don't like him, so we got to get him out of the group.
So you
And then try to
think
bully
there's
him out.
like someone in there like sabotaging this player?
Yeah, someone's
Okay.
shadowing. Yeah.
And actually, this group was in fact doing this on purpose, and the DM was in on it. She
What?
ultimately told me that because she said she felt guilty and that it went too far, but this explains her lack of insight or help, I guess. Apparently, this group had trouble getting through fights and encounters, and the DM got frustrated that this was interfering with her storytelling. Then, when I came around, they found that having all the enemy attention on the new guy allowed the real players, quote unquote, to explore their stories and encounters without having to retreat all the time. Honestly, it seemed like some convoluted logic to me, and I'm assuming they started expressing this anger towards me as a way of keeping me useless via insecurity of my experience and decisions. This inevitably made me feel like it was my fault, and then when my own decisions stopped killing me, they would just allow my character to gradually die off by not equitably distributing help. In any case, I'm definitely out of this group, and they definitely are not my friends. This has made me really confused because I just don't really understand why they had to go about this in such a hurtful way. But I appreciate everyone for helping me get the courage to talk to them, and push hard enough to actually get some truth. And that's what we got from them.
That is the craziest crap I have ever heard.
Isn't that wild?
Why would you bring someone else into your table so they can get beat up on so you could do stuff? Just because you're bad at combat? I don't understand. Just get better. Like this is what the DM said to them. Just get better.
I was about to say
Talk,
that you
strategize.
were missing the silver lining, which was the response that everyone gave them was, just get good. Just get better at the game. When all of them were getting messed up and like destroyed. And this is lack on the part of the players. And because, you know, if your players aren't great, you need to make your encounters not great. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you gotta match it.
this is bad on part of the players, but it's the biggest fault is the DM here, who is just like, oh, you guys are messing up my storytelling by getting hurt so much. I'm the one hurting you.
How does that mess up the story?
Probably because their characters are dying and she's written in all this stuff for the characters, and now she's putting these encounters in front of them. Oh, no, it's fine. It's like 2 CR above you. It's going to be okay. And burn, blast, dead. Or something like that.
Back them down. You gotta. We've talked about DMing styles and DMing abilities a million times. You gotta improv, man. You gotta change it up. If you throw a dragon at him and they can't heal the dragon, well then the dragon has the sniffles and he can't use legendary actions this time. I don't know what to tell you.
Someone hit him with an arrow and now he's grounded.
Yeah, you gotta work with it. You can't just keep throwing things at these players and when they get upset that they're dying, you just keep pushing. You gotta match the energy. The same thing for the players too. The players gotta match the DM's energy as well. You gotta work. There's zero communication, zero teamwork here, including purposefully with actual saboing. Makes zero sense. What the hell?
So a lot of the comments after that are just agreeing with kind of what we're saying of like, hey, this is on the DM and they can make it as hard as they want. As the DM, they can make it as unbalanced or balanced as they want to. But someone did said, I mean, keeping it up for 2 years is sadistic, and it's basically abuse at this point. Like
That's actual psychological
2
warfare.
years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I was reading through it. I was just like, how the heck do you keep up and act this long with it? We had one problem player for like 3 sessions be a problem. And then I had a one-on-one with them talking about it. They had one more session. Then we were like, no, you're still a problem. You have to get out of here.
My God. I do have one question. Right?
Okay.
So the main character here, been playing for 2 years. Now, in my time playing D&D, some of us have definitely made bad calls. We called before. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to cast this spell. Oh, just random person. Chase, are you sure you want to do that? Because, like, if you fairy fire over there, you hit, like, 3 more people. Or, like, oh, you sure you want to fireball there? Because if you do that, you're going to hit that person, right? We don't want... Like, there are calls and there's ways to finesse it, right? So, after 2 years, I would think... And there was mention of them kind of saboing them, like, not healing, not, sharing the resources comparably, right? Don't you think you would notice after 2 years if someone was purposely not healing you, moving the aura away from you, not covering you with an extra like AC ability? I don't know. I'm just curious.
But as they said, every time that they would bring it up, they would be like, dude, you're ruining it by basically by calling them out.
But if you're in a group and someone's playing bad, like
Yeah.
you need to make sure it's brought up.
Yeah.
Just like we do. I would imagine other groups do the same. They don't just let people make horrible decisions.
Yeah.
Like, if you know there's a monster over there, like, hey, remind them, like, hey, you probably don't want to go over there because there's I don't know, a bullet over there. He's gonna bite you. He's gonna
Yeah.
petrify you, whatever it be.
It's
I don't know, it just
100%.
seems unusual.
There's a big lack of maturity there, but with all of them being like, most of them were older than you and I, and I think and I think two of them were younger than us, including OP, and just the fact that they can't communicate and they have to just mentally mess with someone is just so, it's so sadistic, so wrong, that it's like, oh, you know what, we'll just use this guy, throw all the enemies at this guy, and then you guys can have fun. And it's like, that's not fun. That's
What about it is fun? Like, I'm trying to get in the perspective of these other players at the table, these jerks, right? I don't understand the premise of having more fun because someone else is getting beat up on at the table. Like, you are a team, so if your teammate is dying, that means you're not healing them, you're not covering them, right? Unless they're just making horrible decisions over and over again, which we have very rarely seen in our D&D career. Right? Like, you're not working as a team. Like, do you not feel bad that your friend got arrested? Like, they can make the decision that can happen, sure, but if there's 4 or 5 other people at the table, you guys have say, you have power, you have sway here. It's just super weird.
I feel like the worst thing to me when it comes to all of this is it is also it's going to sound a little bit bad, but it's also a nice bonding experience for the rest of the players. This is me playing devil's advocate. I don't feel this way, but all the players in the DM are probably a tighter knit group after this because they all had a central person to clown on. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't get it though. I see what you're saying. I don't vibe with it.
No, absolutely not. But I'll reference this to a censored college story that we have here, where we had neighbor dorm room Eric, who we all had just similar, just a very socially awkward person who we talked about a lot, but like who we were also just tried to be cordial with when they were there. Mm. But when this person disappeared because they ended up not being able to go to like college anymore, we were just like, dang, it's harder not having them around because sometimes we sit there quietly because we don't have anybody to talk about. You know what I mean?
But I think it's totally different though, because it's one thing to bond over, shit talking, whatever it may be. I get it. It happens, right? But it's a whole other thing to pull someone and include them on purpose and deceive them into thinking that you like them and just beating the crap out of them mentally. It doesn't even, it's complete.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is different when you go out of your way to make this person feel like crap. For sure.
There's a blatant difference between a little bit of gas, a little bit of hot gas, a little bit of juice, right? Everyone likes a little bit, sometimes, get together with some family and like, okay, tell me what's going on with that bitch over there. I want to know, right? That happens. Okay. It's fine, but don't bully somebody. Don't go out of your way to make sure you're putting them down and make them feel bad. Like there's just no reason. That great story. I loved the post. A lot to learn from there, I think, as a, growing DM, a growing player, whoever it may be. But damn, that's rough. That's rough.
And this is why even in game, like having game night, just hanging out with their friends, having people over, just always set expectations. Always set expectations, because setting expectations doesn't leave room for doubt. Something that I think is so important is just having a conversation beforehand. Hey, we're going to do this, and this. Cool? Everybody wants to do that? Perfect. We're good. Like how I've had trouble choosing a setting because I'm like, well, I want to run it in this setting, but I want it to be up to the players because you guys are playing it,
Yeah.
It's important.
Chat about it.
It's important to be able to communicate. Yeah, no, absolutely not. But yeah, that was a very, very wild ride. Especially, I read it for the first time and I didn't really read the comments. That was my first time going through the comments and seeing what people said. And I was like, okay, I'm glad people are coming to the same consensus. I had gotten the update, so I knew where we were going with the update.
Okay, I like when there are updates in these stories because sometimes these people just post it and that's it. It's like, well, what happened? Now I'm invested. I want to know what the rest of the story is like, you know?
I know. It's hard. It's hard when you don't get the sequel. they leave out on a cliffhanger and you don't get the sequel.
So, listening to this story, I do have a cool idea because you were talking about this one person being sort of targeted, right? And the idea that the DM is just purposefully attacking them, right? I kind of love the idea for our table to run a one-off where it's almost a protect the president situation. Like all the monsters in the area are going to target you, roll for it, or let the group pick. Zach. Zach's character is going to be targeted. That whole point, these devils, these demons are trying to get Zach. So the rest of you need to pick spells to protect him, to heal him, cover him, and strategize.
A good way to do it is you could have the like an omnipotent entity or like someone who's watching who constantly has a hex or a hunter's mark on them. So
that would be cool.
Like say you're being watched by a demon or a devil and you cast a hex and now they're hexed permanently for this whole trial or whatever.
Ugh. Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, I like this idea. I might roll with this. I might do a I don't know, President's Day or something, like an escort mission, like an Overwatch escort. Move the payload from one place. I'm gonna do this. I'm writing this down. I'm writing this down right now, Seth. I'm gonna run this.
I would like to do some sort of, so we've done a palace raid at this point. I want to do the inverse now where things are raiding said palace and you have to protect things and people are like objectives.
Like protect the door for an hour or 3 hours and then
a session like that would go really well, I think. And we would finish it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You totally. I would love to run the second half of that one off that I never finished.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, never. I might just run it as a separate thing. Like just take the second half of it and then form its
That's
own
a good idea.
kind of run it and then run that and say like, yeah, this is kind of what it was supposed to be. I think that'd be fun. Satisfying end of the story anyway for the DM over here.
Ooh, oh my god, I just remembered. Okay, have you seen any of the Pokemon stuff from yesterday?
No, what happened?
So yesterday was Pokemon's 30th anniversary.
Oh, I heard about that. Okay.
And we'll tell you more about it in the post show right after this with Good Old Gamer. So thank you for listening to this episode of Table Talk Friday where we went through a really fun Am I the Asshole story. Let me know if you liked us doing this because maybe we can throw it in once a month or every now and then whenever we're feeling just a fun topic where we can sit and listen to a cool story. So yeah, let us know what you think about that. And don't forget to go to patreon.com/Table Talk Friday, where you're going to get a cool post show of us talking about the Pokemon Presents that happened yesterday and all the big shakeups in the industry that have gone on in this last week, because I've been ear to the ground about this kind of stuff and it's been really cool. So with that, I need Am I the Eric to take me out.
Guys, am I the Eric here? I mean, I was playing D&D yesterday and I rolled an nat 20, but I still failed. Like, what happened? Is the DM out to get me? Am I just a bad player? I don't know, guys, but like, check me out. Give me some updates, please. Appreciate it.